Go ahead and get. All right, King, what's going on? My name is Commissioner Reviews. Scrappy, you already know me already, but it's all
Yeah.
good. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
this does not know me, so
How you doing? How
let's
you
go ahead
doing?
and get to it. I'm good, baby. Grinding as always, but I'm gonna
Always.
get there one day. One day. All right, King, let me start with you, Scrappy. Let's get into it. Baby mama number two, I got that from you now. Baby number two just dropped this track and you call it Astray. But you've been
Yeah.
super chill like you always are in public. Is that because you truly are unbothered or are you choosing peace at this time around?
I'm more into mental health. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it ever since my I was going through my divorce, like way before we got divorced, but I started on that then, but it has came into fruition now to where I just, stuff like that ain't it wouldn't behoove me to, just dwell in that type of space. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard it and I was like, I was like, dang, I wish she would put more into her own song without mentioning anybody. She would probably did
Mhm.
something good, you know what I'm saying? But you can't tell people what to say when they rapping. You know what I'm saying? She want to make music. That's the way she wanted to go. That's the route she wanted to take. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I just didn't, it's a female. It's not like it wasn't done in like a shooting type way,
Gotcha.
like, it was like a playful
Mhm.
kind of
Mhm.
situation, but I just, for that situation, I'd have done so much for that situation. I don't even have no energy for it, like to
I
even,
get that.
you know.
I get that. Mendeecees.
Hey, hey, hey.
Your marriage has been a topic of conversation, not just for fans, but even from some of your cast members. How are you navigating that kind of public scrutiny?
First of all, the stuff online, I don't pay attention. I don't go to blog site looking for stuff to ruin my day or change my mood.
Hmm.
I don't read comments, and
Oh, I like that.
I kind of
Hmm.
basically stay on my page where people are invested in me and in my children, and for the most part, it's positive. So, I engage with people on my page. I do not go to other people's pages and engage in that stuff. And as far as the cast members, they here to get their check. It's nothing
Hmm.
personal. They're gonna ride the wave, and if today is me, tomorrow is Scrappy, the next day is somebody else, whoever
Right.
they jump on the
Mm.
bandwagon with, and have this salacious story. They're gonna jump on it and get a free check. And believe me, when the tables turn and it's they ass, I'm gonna do the same. So let's ride each other
Gosh.
wave
Mm.
and,
Yes.
and push it. But the only thing different between me and them, I just don't. They go
Okay.
so low, go to hell. That's how low they go. But I just
Oh
won't do
shit.
it.
Mm.
I just don't do it because I feel like you got to have some type of decorum when you're dealing
Yeah.
with people. And integrity.
100%.
Like they don't even care. It's getting to a point where they don't even care to bump into you outside. They like, oh shit, it was just for TV. Yeah, you'd be like, what? But
That's
That's the that's the that's
crazy,
the
bro.
that's the saying
That's crazy.
you ever get that, Scrappy?
all the time.
Yeah, they be like, it's
That's
just for TV. I'd be
crazy.
like, then you ready to go? All right, that was just for TV
Right.
too. But you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Let's go. Oh my
but
God.
but nah, but that was a joke. But in
No, I
reality,
know it was.
you just don't take it personal.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Scrappy, I see you got your new
Oh
Brit,
yeah.
and I won't say Brit's naive. I didn't want to mess it up. I'm sorry, I didn't mess it up. But anyway, I love the behind the scenes footage of the video shoot. I'm living in Texas, so
Oh
I
yeah.
love that whole Southern, the hats, the boots. It was everything.
Yeah.
It stood out to me. Was that intentional? That whole theme and everything?
Yeah, I have a song out right now with my artist Frankie Lewis called Daddy, and
Hmm.
I just was into that vibe, the boots on the ground vibe. You know what I'm saying? It works with the dance that my homeboy came up with, and Smiles. He's the one that on boots on the ground too. On the where them fans at?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
created that. He created that one too. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
he
wow,
was just telling
that's
me
what's
like
up.
tap into it. Like it can't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And you
It
grown.
is.
They would
It's
accept
very
it.
popular. Very
So
popular
yeah,
right
I
now.
just stepped in that, and that's what we doing. I mean, I'm doing everything, but that's one of the options of music I'm doing right now.
Let me ask you another question now. Yeah, baby number three. That's not crazy saying it, but Shakira,
Shakira, yeah.
it looked like y'all were having fun, but not having fun at the same time. It looked like that Brooklyn, like she don't play. How do you feel when she called you an okay dad? That is like a very crazy statement to make to a man.
Um, it bit me a little bit, you know,
Mm.
and because I do so much for my kids and I love all my kids, no matter how they got here, and I know some men in that situation that happened with us would have not even done half the stuff I've done. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow,
Even
right.
until a blood test come back. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true too.
I
Real
just I
talk.
just look at it, you know what I'm saying? I look at it as, she ain't too long had the baby. So I guess it's that other stuff that go with it. I don't have the energy, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, to do that no more. I did that with Imani Mama, Erica. I did that with number two. I'm not doing that no more. You know what I'm
I
saying? I'm
wouldn't.
not going back and forth with you,
Right.
especially if I know you a little off. You know what I'm saying? You a little lit. Let me let you have that because it's no way I can win it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's no way I can win it. I know what I do.
That's
You
right,
know what I'm
Scrappy. You
saying?
can't. I tell people every day, you can't argue with no woman. Like
Oh
it.
no, you ain't even finna
Listen.
win it. I tried with her. Look, I tried one time and I seen I wasn't gonna win because she was just she would rather talk to the sky. Look up at the sky and just be screaming at the sky, and my words don't even touch her ear. You feel
And
me?
plus, they comeback lines be too fast. I need
Yeah,
time. I
cuz I
need
be
time to
like, no,
process that shit. Like
I be
what?
wanting to go. It be making me want to go find me a man somewhere and smash him dead in his face with my hand. Just punch some just real quick because I can't punch her.
Right.
So I just say, you know what? I ain't messing with it.
See, let me ask you this: for my phone shuts off after tripping over here. You mentioned about acting single, and I want you to talk about that for me. I mean, it was a blank statement, but it was very powerful. Acting single. How does a man act single?
Ooh, I felt that before.
Yeah. So what happened? I think some at some point in a relationship, you get frustrated, and behind closed doors, people break up and get back, say they need space. We don't make an announcement. We deal with our issues in the household, and you know things get, when you go outside, you act single because you want somebody to stand on business. Somebody say they want to be single in the household. You got to stand on that, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
I'm
That's
into making people stand on their shit too.
yeah, that's it. You got to stand on that. So if you acting like you ready to be single, all right, then we act single.
Yeah, we acted single, but as far as Yandy, I'm pretty sure she did not feel this. Well, I'm not speaking for her, but I'm saying that does not
Yeah,
feel the
but I'm
same
about to say,
exact
when
way.
people say, "Well, Yandy, please, you wasn't in the household," don't say that.
Right,
Oh my
right,
God.
Right? You
right.
wasn't
That's
there.
true. I wasn't there.
Listen,
That's why I
you
correct
wasn't
myself. I
there.
wasn't
So
there.
I mean,
Right.
I think at some point, right, we go through things, we deal with issues, and learn, like Scrappy said, controlling our emotions, right? If I feel like I'm not getting the respect I deserve, and then this ain't no longer for me,
Well, I
right?
can actually understand that.
This
I
ain't
can
no longer
understand that.
for me.
Hmm.
That's what anybody though should
It
be with
is. It
anybody.
should
This
be, but
ain't
it's
this.
not like that most of
And,
the
and
time.
then and then when you're ready to start to respect, then we can revisit this conversation and then revisit this relationship. But I can't stay in a relationship and the respect
No
is not.
respect, yeah.
And,
Right. I get that. And a lot of
and
people don't know what's going on in your house, so they seeing bits and
I,
pieces, but they don't know the whole entire picture. So I get that also.
you got to understand, me and Yandy, we kind of older and mature. We're
Yeah.
not we're not running to the internet telling our problems. Like we
Yeah, I
ain't,
know.
we come from I come from a time where problems in your household, you don't discuss them. It should stay in your household. You know how you tell your kids, don't tell nobody what's going on in this household.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's where
Hold
we
on
come
here.
from. If
Mhm.
one of these kids go outside and tell your auntie or whoever in your family was
Yeah.
going on in this household, they're gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
I remember those days.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
You
Don't let her come
understand?
back and say, "What?"
Right.
Yo,
You
one
said
of these
what?
kids, listen, one of these kids tell a mama what's going on in this
Mm,
household, because all my kids live with me. So if they go tell a mama what's going on
right.
in this household, they're gonna be in trouble.
Respect. And I understand it
Man, I
100%.
respect him for having all his kids
I,
in his house.
I
God,
love that. I ain't gonna lie. That's the first thing I'm gonna say was I respect you, King, for having your babies in the house.
I
I know
wish
that's
I could be.
not
I wish I
easy.
could be like that, but
Yo,
I.
it's so crazy, right? So when I had my first kid and me and my son mom broke up, the kid
Right.
came with me. Usually the kid go with the mom. My kid's
Yes.
he at 6 months years old.
Wow.
I was trying to figure out how to
How
even
you get that to happen?
Cause she wanted to finish college and she was going through
Man.
postpartum and she was whatever you call that shit. And
Yes, that's what's called.
yeah, and you know, I wanted to support her. Like I wanted her to finish
Right.
school. I wanted to make sure that, you know, she followed her dreams. And I felt like I had time on my hand and I could do it. And I knew that I was gonna get some help down the way at somewhere down the line, whether it's her or someone else, and it happened. Just if that's the way the
And and DC, that's a man, that's awesome. Are we gonna
That's
see
real
some more
awesome.
stuff like this? Because to be honest, they kind of focus on some of that, the negative stuff. And are we gonna see vulnerable sides like this? This is wonderful. Are we gonna see more of this on this season?
So I don't think that's the focus point of this show. I think that I always request for balance, but they chase the blogs. So
Gotcha.
the blogs shape the storyline because that's more salacious. That's more viral moments. You don't get a viral moment for us being a dad. Like that don't go viral.
Oh yeah,
I see what you're saying.
That don't get
I
a
see what
bunch
you're
of views. That's not gonna rack 1 million views or 2 million views. Me and Scrappy being a dad, a father to our children. That don't warrant views.
saying. That's
No.
messed up. That's actually unfortunate. I'd rather a balance to see both. I mean, we like to see all that, but we want to see some of this stuff. So I didn't know any of that, and I'm like, whoa, what? I'm gonna make sure I put
So,
this in the
so,
clip.
so you know what? I'm about to start a YouTube. I think I want to start a YouTube because I don't control my narrative right now. I want to just take it.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying? So
good
I
idea.
and convey like what's important, what's important in my household, like us being the father, us taking care of business, us being entrepreneurs and creating balance.
yeah,
Great idea. And people will watch that because this is a side that nobody gets to see, so they're gonna want to tune in. Scrappy, let me ask you about pennies. So we're speaking about money and babies and everything. Brittany, she said, Shakira said you give Brittany the realtor all your money and you get pennies. What's your response to that? Because that was crazy too.
she don't even know her. She don't even know our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what she talking about. I ain't never had to do nothing for Brittany because Brittany, I guess because the way she came in, I do stuff for her and my son. She
Mm-hmm.
think I'm doing something
Uh,
for her, and I don't even have to do nothing for Brittany. Got her
got
own,
her own
you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Like own house, kids, thriving, moving around,
Independent.
selling houses,
Right.
doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know where that come from, but okay. You know what I'm saying? You can have.
Mhm.
I don't argue back and forth with, especially when it's a conversation that don't ain't gonna go nowhere, is not having any truth in it. I get quiet.
Right.
I get real
I
quiet.
understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you'll be arguing, and then that look like it's something really going on because
Yeah.
you
I see
feel
what
a
you're
certain
saying.
kind of way. I'm sitting there, I'd be like,
Mhm.
okay, time to go. You feel what I'm saying? Because I can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
at this age where I'm at, man, I'm thinking like I gotta get
Mhm.
money, I gotta take care of my kids, and I gotta stay in a good mental space for my kids, for me to be able to do everything I do. And then there's one thing I know about that baby mama number three, Shakira. You ain't finna put her on TV and she ain't finna turn up on TV. She
And
come,
that
she
she did.
come,
And
she
that she
she
did.
come, she come from Now That's TV now. So
Oh
that
my God.
yeah,
What?
yeah. So
Oh
you got
yes.
and she come from Brooklyn. You know
Yes.
what I'm
The
saying? The
combination is
hood.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, and she when she go, I can put her and my mama right. Did you see them get into their little
Yes. Yes.
yeah, that's them. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I leave it right there. That's why I leave when stuff like that happen. If they can look back at the time when they were arguing, I got up and I was like, "Hey
You
man, bring
did.
my baby."
You
Like,
did.
'cause I ain't finna even do all this. I don't do this. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
like I like how you are like that. You and me, this is but y'all super chill like that. Now that that's thing I asked about is that freestyle. I love the intro. I love how you got in that mic. I was just like, bro, that's just it was man. How long did it take you to write
what?
that real quick? You, Scrappy, how long did it take you to write that for the intro?
Oh, it
Little
was the night before I went to Magic City. I was sleep.
dang.
Look, I was sleeping. I was in there like this with the blunt in my hand like this on the wall, sleep. And then he be like, "Hey, that's it. That's all you want to say." I was like, "Oh yeah, let me do it. Let me add on to it." I knocked
That's
out doing
skills
that
right
joint.
there. That's
I was
skills right
knocked
there.
out doing that joint. I did not even like it. I ain't even like it.
You didn't?
No, I ain't like it. I was telling them, "Can I please go? Can I do it while I'm up? Why? Because I'm." They were like, "Man, we already done got it already ready. We finna do the little thing." I was like, "Oh man," because they sent the beat to me. I ain't even get to pick my own beat.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I was like,
A lot of people said
okay.
that.
I ain't know what they was finna do with it. That's what the thing
Right,
was. I ain't know what
right.
they was finna do with it. So me I'm like, just whatever, whatever.
You killed it. I'm telling you, you killed it.
Thank you, thank you.
I appreciate talking to two of you kings. I'm so sorry for the interruption and
It's
everything,
okay,
technical, but I'll put it all together. I'm really at it. I'm good at that stuff.
but you still
But nice
did it.
to meet you, huh?
Nice to meet you
Still
too.
did it. You
Thank you.
got it done.
Oh, Scrappy, look, I know you don't know me, but if you see me, I'm grinding. I'm gonna get it together. So y'all
Always.
kings have a great day. Stay
Thank you.
chill.
You too.
I
Thank
love
you.
how y'all are fathers and take care of your business, regardless of what anybody says, because a lot of fathers out here do not do that. So I just want to make sure I say that because a lot of men out here who don't do it, and